Um, my name is Aldine Morrison. I am the mother of Tony Edward May Jr. He died in Beltrami County Jail. Um, this is in Bemidji, Minnesota. This is one of the racist place you would ever want to live, but because we live near reservations, this is why a lot of us choose to be near Bemidji because of the shopping and stuff like that. But they also arrest a lot of Native Americans. They'll pull you over for you didn't stop right at the stop sign, or you got a light bulb missing out of your, the back, your tail light, and they'll do anything to you just to harass. That's all it is. And it's people of color, Native Americans, and Black people. My son died about 3.5 years ago. He was pulled over. He was a DUI, and they chased him. They pulled him over, and he was arrested for fleeing. Well, they put him in jail. He was in jail for about 7 days, and they charged him with fleeing DUI. Um, what they did was he fell when he was going to another inmate's jail cell, and he fell and he hit his ribs on the left side of him. He hit the toilet. He got up, and we watched the video of what happened to him that day, and you could see him holding his side, and nobody went to help him. Nobody. Not even a guard did not even go over there and offer their hands or anything to help lift him up. Nothing. He made it off the floor, holding his hand to his left side and limping over to a table where they were playing cards. And the only ones that were asking him if he was okay were the inmates. You did not see a guard go over and check him out. Well, eventually the next day, he was taken to the hospital because of pains. He was having chest pains. They brought him back. They said he did fracture three of his ribs, but they didn't say anything about his heart at the time. He passed away 3 days later in his jail cell. When we asked what happened to him, they said that he had a heart attack. My son was 26 years old. Never had a heart problem in his life. So that didn't go over good with us. And we started protesting right away, asking for answers to our questions. What happened to him? How could that man, 26 years old, die when you're supposed to be watching him? If he fell, you should have had 15 minutes watch. What happened to them 15 minutes? Well, the 15 minutes turned into 20 minutes. They weren't doing their jobs. Maybe if one of them would have just went and checked, maybe he would be alive today. That's what we think. That's what we were hoping. But it didn't happen that way. He died. He left behind 4 children. My son was a young dad. He had his first son when he was 16 years old. But he took care of his kids any way he knew how. Cut the grass, fix people's cars. He'd do anything for people, give them rides anywhere, help the elderly. That was his job. But he left behind 4 children, 2 girls, 2 boys. And they ask now, what happened to their dad? They're starting to understand why their dad isn't with them today. But what a tragedy that we all have to go through before any of us learns to make our counties be responsible and hold their jobs. Do your job when you go to work. What's 15 minutes? You could have prevented some man's life or some woman's life. So do your jobs in the county or whatever. It's election time. Get out there and vote. Get them out of there if they're not doing what you want them to do with your county or wherever, like Beltrami County. Get out there and vote. Let's get rid of them. Put people in there that are going to check your stories out. And you need them. You need that. You need to get out and vote. There was a girl. Her name was Stephanie Bunker. She died a year later in the same jail cell. Not the same jail cell, I'm sorry. The same jail, Beltrami County Jail. She died a year later from suicide. What did they do? They gave her the means to hang herself. They left her in there and she hung herself. The next one is Vernon May. He was shot 9 times when they arrested him. 9 times. And I always say this, if you guys are all hunters out there and you're going hunting for deer, does it take you 9 shots to kill that deer? No, it takes 1 shot. Well, these cops did overkill that day, and that was a human being. 9 times. Come on. They send you to police academies to learn how to shoot and make sure you're doing your job by making sure that 1 shot counts, supposedly. Do your job again. Don't overkill. You're leaving behind people that are hurting, the mom and dads, the children's. There's people that suffer. They don't just get over it in a year or anything. My son's been gone for 3.5 years. It was like yesterday. And we all tried, and we're all trying to maintain as a family to keep his memory alive. And I thank God for Del Shay here. She came into our community because she lost her son, who died in Beltrami County Jail, and should never, ever have died. Never. If they had did their job and took better care of Hardell, he would be alive today for his 3 children. And that was her only son. We are people. We are human beings. We don't need to be treated with disrespect. Treat us like a human being. Not if we go into jail for something, don't kill us over it. Let us go to court. Let us get out of there. Let us walk out of there. Well, Hardell, he never walked out of there. He walked into jail. The next day, he was seen getting pushed out of there in a wheelchair. He was sick. They took him to Beltrami County Hospital. I can't remember the name of it right now. I get so upset when I'm talking. Sanford Hospital. They took him there. Well, they examined him. They said nothing was wrong with him. They brought him back to the jail. A couple days later, that man died. They said that he had pneumonia. Pneumonia was the first thing they said he died from. He died a horrible death. A lot of people think he was poisoned. He died a horrible death. He walked in there, a healthy man, and he left in a body bag. They killed him. They killed him. And the sad part about this, he was black. They would not pay attention to him because they said he was faking it. Oh, just leave him. And they called him names. Our color should not matter. If this was a white person that had died in Beltrami County Jail, there'd still be uprisings today. Or they would have fired their guards, the police officers that killed that man, that shot him 9 times, they would be gone. But no, they're still working. There was nothing. They were all able to go back to work. and they shouldn't be there. Anybody that kills somebody for 9 times does not belong there. Anytime that anybody comes into a jail and you let a man die just because you think he's faking it, come on. I seen those videos too. That man was hurting. He was sick. Even a janitor wanted to go and help him. But the guard on duty would not let him. So they let him lay on the floor. And that's where he died. What a shame. Shame on all of us for not sticking up for everybody. Shame on all of us. Write to your people that you're going to be voting for. Write to them. It shouldn't take all of us to come here and listen to stories like mine, because we're all human beings. We shouldn't be here because somebody died in Beltrami County Jail or Hennepin County Jail or any jail because of prejudice. And that's what it's boiling down to. And we shouldn't have to be here. We're all human beings. We need to reach out and talk to people. Don't be afraid of them. I'm not going to hurt you. My family's not going to hurt you. But they're all afraid. Don't be afraid. Conquer your fears. Go up and say hi. And if you have to, run like hell. But I want to say this last thing. I seen this on Facebook. I don't know whose saying this is, but I'm going to read it to you. It says Native Americans lost their history, their land, their culture, and is one of the least discussed genocides in world history. And this genocide is still going on today. Not only for Native Americans, but for the Black people too. And it takes killings for people to wake up. Wake up. What's this world going to be like 5 years down the road? Are we still going to be protesting? Are we still going to be burning buildings down? Are we going to still have fear in our hearts for each other because of our color? Come on, people. Let's get real. Let's start enjoying life and be good to each other, because life is short. And I thank you. I thank you.